Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing great. Today we are going to discuss few questions from auxiliary power unit APU of Airbus 320 from a question bank called Smart Cockpit. So let's start, but before starting let me clear you a few things. I do not own any of the images and content used in this course. All of it is a reproduction of Airbus manual. It is just to serve the purpose of easier understanding of the systems and procedures. I seriously do not recommend any practical application of any information in this course. Right? So let's start with the questions. There are 40 questions from, if we'll look, Smart Cockpit question bank. Let's start with the first question. To start the APU, BAT1 and 2 push buttons must be selected to on. BAT1 and 2 push buttons do not need to be selected on if external power is available, or Charlie, both. So what do you think? So I have told you, if you have gone through my video of APU from fcom, then I told that BAT bus should be powered. I have told you BAT bus should be powered to run a APU, right? Let me show you. I told you that the only requirement to start the APU is that DC BAT bus must be powered and for the running operations, right? So option alpha. So option alpha is correct, right? Now we'll go to the second question. The electronic control box correction is primarily a full authority digital electronic controller that performs the APU system logic for all modes of APU operations, such as sequencing of the sequence and monitoring of the start, right? Correct. Speed and temperature monitoring, correct. Monitoring of bleed air and shutdown, correct. So all three options are correct. So all of the above. ECB controls everything, right? When the APU master switch is released, a normal APU shutdown occurs. Yes, it occurs, but with a delay if the bleed air was in use. I have told you during fcom discussion, right? If we are using APU bleed air, then it shuts down after 60 to 120 second of delay. It's known as cool off period, right? When selected on, the APU start push button will connect the APU generator to the aircraft electrical system, start the APU if master switch was previously selected on, right? This one seems right. Bravo. Right? If you have selected APU master previously and then you select APU start push button, then APU gets starts. Bravo. The APU has an integral independent lubrication system, correct? APU has an integral lubrication system. I can show you, this is in notes, right? Where it is. Here it is. Oil system. APU has an integral independent lubrication system. You can check it from fcom. The ECB controls the fuel flow. Is it correct? Yes. ECB controls it. When the APU master switch is selected on, whenever the APU master switch is selected to on, the APU Computer automatically completes a self-test. Yes, it does. Opens the air intake flap and supplies fuel pressure. Okay. Let's read other options too. The APU computer automatically starts. No. Connects the APU generator to the aircraft electrical system. No. APU door opens. No. So option alpha. Yeah, correct. So whenever you press APU, it's a APU master push button, let's say, and this is start push button. Whenever you press master switch, then APU does a self test for leaks and everything. Then it opens the air intake flap situated here, right, and supplies fuel pressure. Are you getting it? Right. Now, eighth question. The APU master switch fault light will illuminate when APU low oil pressure is detected. Seems right. When an automatic shutdown of APU occurs. Right, correct. For an APU overheat or APU fire. Okay. If the batteries are selected off when the APU is operating. All Alpha, Bravo, and even Charlie seems right, but I think Bravo, as this is the answer, Bravo is more appropriate, everybody says. Let me show you from the fcom. Here are the reasons why fault light illuminates right on master push button. So this was the option: APU shutdown, auto shutdown. Other options were APU low oil pressure is detected, APU low oil pressure is detected, APU low oil pressure is detected. Here these are right, but as option any option that says Alpha, Bravo, Charlie are correct, so we are selecting option Bravo for this sake only. Question number 9th. You can fast forward this video according to your convenience, because my rate of speech is relatively slow, so keep it in mind. The APU may be started up to what altitude? APU can be started at any altitude using aircraft electrical power. Correct. Yes. APU can be started at any altitude from aircraft electrical power. Let's say we have one of the engine or two in both engines, and we wants to start APU, right? Then we can it's my aircraft, and we wants to start APU, then we can start at any altitude, right? Option delta, you will figure out that option delta seems also correct. The APU can be started up to 25,000 feet using only the aircraft batteries. Yes, it seems right, but the word only is misplaced, is placed wrong. Now Hindi, if you will figure out that the meaning of this line is different. It is saying that only APU can be started by using aircraft batteries only. No, it is not like that. But yes, if you are using aircraft batteries, then you can start till 25,000 feet only. Figure it out. Okay. Next question. The APU system page will appear on the ECAM when selected by the crew. Correct. Automatically whenever the APU is started and AC power is available. Correct. So option Charlie. Right. Option Charlie. Let me take bolder pen. Question number 11th. If APU bleed was used after a manual shutdown sequence, the APU keeps running for 60 to 120 seconds, right? So 60 to 120 second means 2 minutes, right? So both options are correct. Both options seems correct. I can show you if you want to. Here it is. I told you this is an important line. There are so many questions on it. If aircraft was using APU bleed air, the APU keeps running for a cooling period of 60 to 120 seconds. But if you will go to the correct answer, then delta is marked, right? But both options seems correct. With the engines off, if avail light is illuminated on both the APU start push button and the external power push button, what is the source of electrical power for the aircraft buses? 12th question. If it is not possible to determine without checking, no, it is possible. The aircraft batteries, no. External power, the APU and external power. So as far as I know, first of all, here is the priority sequence. Number one, aircraft generators. Number two, external power. Number three, APU. And it's quite obvious by looking at this priority, because APU is relatively very small generator, right? But answer marked is Charlie, APU. I don't know why it is marked Charlie. According to me, it should be external power, right? If both are available, then the priority is to the external power. But okay, if you know the answer, please let me know in comments. I will go through the comments. Question number 13. Bet 1 and 2 push button do not need to be selected on if external power is available. It is normally left in the light out position. Yes, it is normally left out in the light out position. Whenever there is no light on the bat 1 and 2 push button, it means it's on in auto, right? When selected off, the APU generator is de-energized. Correct, because there is no power on bat buses if it is selected off. Am I right? So both are correct. This is the correct answer. What is the maximum altitude at which the APU may be started using batteries only? Now that digit 25,000 is correct. APU can be started by using batteries till 25,000 feet. Should I show you again and again the same things? Here it is. APU battery restart limit is 25,000 feet, right? Battery start. When the APU is running, an APU fuel pump runs, yes, runs automatically when tank pump pressure is not sufficient. Seems correct. Runs all time, no. Runs only in flight, wrong. Runs when the APU fuel pump is selected. There is no fuel pump, APU fuel pump. I have told you during fcom explanation. If you are finding difficulties while solving these questions, please go through the video I have uploaded specifically for in which I am explaining fcom, right? Good. 17th, the APU bleed valve is automatically closed above. Nice, this is a good question. So we can use single pack, one pack till 22,500, right? Two pack below 15,000 feet only. But if we are above 22,500 feet, then automatically APU bleed valve closes. It's a safety feature. So we have given a margin of 500 feet. Airbus has given a not I is a margin of 500 feet, or so option alpha gets seems right. With nobody in the cockpit, if you have APU fire, which statement is correct? So nobody in the cockpit if you are having APU. On ground, the APU immerse shutdown will occur, yes, and APU fire bottle will be discharged automatically. Correct, seems correct. On ground, you have to perform ECAM actions. How will you perform ECAM actions when nobody is in the cockpit? And no, I have told you that APU automatically shuts down if aircraft is on ground, and APU fire bottle discharge automatically, right? And we can shut it down from 108 VU panel. I have told you where it is. It is situated near the nose here. We can press this APU fire push button. Ground personnel can press it and shut it down, right? But we are talking about emergency shutdown. Option alpha. 19th question. The basic element of the APU in a single shaft gas turbine which delivers mechanical shaft power for the driving the accessory gearbox. Yes, we have two-stage compressor, it is correct, but the mechanical shaft that provides the delivers the power for driving the accessory gearbox, basically the generator. Let me show you if you are finding difficulties to imagine. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. So here is the accessory gearbox or gearbox. This is the mechanical shaft. It is connected. This is, you're getting it. This is mechanical shaft. It is connected. So option delta is correct. Mechanical shaft. Yes, I agree. It's a compressor, no, which is connected, but in the end, it is connected to the mechanical shaft. Question 20th. We are reaching half of our fire on ground or fire in flight will cause the APU master push button for light to comes on. This is a very good question. So basically, if you are in flight, if you are in flight and fire occurs, then it doesn't show fault light. Should I show you? So option Bravo is correct. If you are in flight, then this fault light doesn't come. Where should I show you? Controls and indicators, obviously. APU fault light. Yes, here I have written it. If you are in flight, fire in flight. This is except this. Let me clear you this thing here only, right? So what are the cases when you want see a fault light on this switch? So whenever there is high oil pressure, whenever there is high oil pressure, low oil temperature, and fire in flight, you will not see a fault light. Are you getting it? So this is a trick, you can learn it. Hop lot, hip hop hop, and lot, low oil temperature. There are so many questions on this, please remember it. With battery, so here is option bravo is correct. With battery power only, with battery power, what would the APU fire test look like? What happens when you test the APU? Press APU fire test. Even if you are on batteries only, then squib and discharge light illuminates, yes, and that fire push button, that we have a APU fire push button, and this is for both engines 1 and 2, and this is for APU, right? So it will illuminate, correct. And there is a squib and discharge lights, those will also illuminate. So option Charlie. 22nd, the starter engages if the air intake is closed and the master switch and the start push buttons are on. No, wrong. Starter will not engage if the air intake is closed. Whenever there is air, this air intake is closed, then starter will not engage. This is the action of master switch. It will do a self test. APU will do a self test, then will open air intake, and then starter engages after thereafter. So bravo, right? A flap open indication is displayed in amber when the APU air inlet flap is fully open. It seems very right, correct. But here the catch is, it is displayed in green color, not in amber color. Flap open indication is displayed in green color. The APU air inlet flap is fully open. So bravo. Where should I show you? 23rd. Flap open. It is 7th. Flap open. Display in green when APU air intake flap is fully open, right? So this is little confusing. If I during attempt I did it wrong. Even I did it wrong, so no worries, it's a very small thing. 24th, the APU may obtain power for starting from ground services, right? Normal electrical supply, correct. The aircraft battery is on the combination of, correct, so delta is correct. The APU cannot be shut down from outside, wrong. APU can be shut down from outside also. I have shown you that panel near nose wheel, right? We can shut it down from there also. What are some of the causes for APU automatic shutdown? So remember that, do you remember this? These, what are the causes of? Oh, yes, we are talking about automatic shutdown. So if there is fire on ground, correct. On ground only. EGT over temperature, right. No acceleration, correct. Low oil pressure. Okay. Okay. Try to figure it out by the trick I told you. Hop lot. Hop lot. Automatic shutdown will not occur with high oil pressure, not low oil pressure. So option, there are these, figure it out, read them, and then you will find option delta is correct. Fire on ground only, underspeed, overspeed, EGT over temperature, reverse flow, low oil pressure, it will shut down. Are you getting it? Low oil pressure and DC power loss. If there is no DC power, then there will be no power on DC bed bus. Pressure. Maximum altitude for APU bleed operation is, maximum altitude for APU bleed operation is, so 15,000 feet, 18,000 feet, 20,000 feet, or 22,000 feet. So we can use a single pack, one pack till 22,500. So this is the nearest option we have, 22,000 feet, right? um, can the APU fire test be performed with the APU running? Yes, you can perform a APU fire test, but if you will press that fire push button for more than 3 seconds, then there may be chances, there are chances that APU may shut down, right? So, but yes, you can. APU is supplied from the, I have told you it is supplied, let's say it's this is aircraft, then APU is supplied from the left hand tank, right? From this left hand tank, left hand fuel line. On ground, the no brake power transfer function is inhibited in case of APU shutdown generated by which of the following? On ground, no brake power transfer function is inhibited in case of APU shutdown generated by which of the following condition? Automatic APU shutdown triggered by ECB. Okay, APU shutdown from refuel panel or from the APU fire push button. APU shutdown from emergency control provided on the external power panel. Option delta seems correct. All of the above. Can the APU be used with the but I have no idea about this no brake power transfer function. If somebody can explain this thing in detail, please do it in the comments. What I even if you can explain what this function does. Can the APU be used with anti-ice on? Okay, figure it out. Yes, you can use APU with anti-ice on, but only for electrical power, not for bleed. Are you getting this? They are asking, can you use APU? Yes, you can, but for electrical power only. On ground, because APU can't provide, right? Only APU can't provide bleed air for the cabin and even for anti-ice. It's a very small unit, right? On ground, can you start the APU using the aircraft batteries only? Okay, yes, you can start APU with batteries only. This is how we do. If we do not have external power, we start APU by these batteries, then we take bleed for the engines, then we start the engines, right? This is how it works. When starting the APU, the low pressure indication appears amber. When an APU fuel low pressure is detected, is it correct? You remember? Hop lot. But this is not the case. Do not get confused. They are talking about fuel low pressure indication on ECAM page. Are you getting it? Fuel low pressure indication. Yes, this is correct. They are talking about this indication, right? About this indication. Fuel low pressure, low oil level, right? Fuel low pressure. So it appears in the amber, right? It appears in the amber. Alpha option. Oil level advisory pulses in advisory always pulses in green. Okay, let me tell you this thing. Any advisory in green color, any caution in amber color, and any warning in red color. So option delta. If an APU start is initiated on battery power only, is fire protection available? Yes, no doubt fire protection is available. 319 2021 with the APU supplying bleed air. What will be the pack flow if the pack flow selector is low? You remember in air conditioning and pressurization chapter, I have told you that whenever APU is supplying bleed air, no matter the position of the selector, low, normal or high, no matter of its position, the flow will be high, right? But this is for 319 and 320 only. In case of 321, it will be from low to normal. Are you getting it? I haven't studied about Airbus A321, A321's air conditioning and pressurization system, but I am aware of A319 and 20. So they goes high. The answer should be high in all cases, but I have studied about it, and I gathered this information that it goes from low to normal in A321s. If you know it better, please let me know in comment. What is the maximum operating altitude for the APU? It is 41,000 feet for APU to be operated. 39,000 feet is the highest. That's why I would choose option delta. Though it's 41,000 feet, the limitation of APU. How many APU fire extinguisher bottles are installed? There is one APU fire extinguisher bottle in APU with two nozzles, right? We have discussed it in fire extinguisher, right? Fire protection chapter. 39th question. Will the APU bleed valve closes automatically during climb? Will it reopen during descent? Is it? I don't think. No. With the battery power only, what would the APU fire test look like? Fire push button illuminates and squib and discharge lights illuminate, right? I have told you in previous question also, with battery power, even only with battery power, APU test goes normal. So APU fire push button will illuminate and squib discharge light will illuminate. Option alpha. Auto flight. This is another chapter, auto flight. We will discuss it some other day, or if you want to you know watch the video, then you can select another video I have made on auto flight questions from smart cockpit. So here the chapter ends from smart cockpit. If you were facing difficulties during these questions, please go through my fcom explanation video I have uploaded. Um, you will get it better. You will not be facing any difficulties during these questions. So thank you very much, guys. And the last thing, please keep it in mind, I am not a teacher by profession. uh, I am not a YouTuber, so do not expect any uh, skills, editing skills in my videos. These are raw videos I will be uploading on my YouTube channel. The only purpose of these video is to share my knowledge with you, nothing more than this, I think. So if you find any incorrect or inappropriate explanation in any topic, please let me know in comments. I will be looking for to correct myself. In the end, thank you very much. Have a good day.